Demonstrating the Gospel. Hello, everyone. I'm Dr. Gary. I want to say thank you for giving me a few moments of your time to go on this learning journey of all things discipleship. I would be so very grateful if you would share this material on your social platform and just let others know about this opportunity of growth and learning in a great community environment. Well, let's take a look at demonstrating the gospel. Jesus did not just preach the gospel of the kingdom of God, he embodied it in word and deed. Everywhere Jesus went, the kingdom went as well. Hospitality is a great way to illustrate this. The Hebrew prophets likened the coming kingdom to a feast where God's people, Jew and Gentile, would gather together at a table with Abraham in a new community of peace and justice. Jesus embodied this vision one meal at a time. Christ's eating meals with sinners wasn't just a picture of salvation, it was salvation. As Jesus said over dinner with Zacchaeus, today, salvation has come to this house. When the dramatic stories of Jesus are read, they are as signs of the end-breaking kingdom of God, healing the sick, delivering the demonized, feeding the hungry, standing up for injustice. We forget Isaiah and the prophet's word declared that this is what would happen when the kingdom of God finally arrived. So let that sink in, and all of the things that we do as church and call church, how does it square with this? Take notice of the German theologian Jürgen Moltmann. When Jesus expels demons and heals sick, he's driving out of creation the powers of destruction and is healing and restoring created beings who are hurt and sick. Jesus' healings are not supernatural miracles in a natural world. They are the only truly natural thing in a world that is unnatural, demonized, and wounded. Wow, that's a powerful insight that you probably need to spend some time reflecting and remunerating that in your spirit. Keep in mind, this whole journey is to apprentice under Rabbi Jesus. We are not merely watching him perform these miracles, we are training under him so that we can do these things as well. Even greater things, he said, than this you shall do. Jesus and his original disciples did a lot of signs to demonstrate the kingdom of God. There are four kind of big rock ideas that we see them doing regularly. Let's take a brief look at these. First of all, healing. Jesus quickly became known as the healer. Matthew 4:24 reports, the news about him spread throughout all Syria, and they brought to him all who were ill and those suffering with various diseases and pains, demoniacs, epileptics, paralytics, and he healed them. We see the same pattern in the early church. Acts 5:15 talks about Peter's shadow falling on people as being sufficient for healing. Acts 19:11 through 12 discusses people touching Paul's garment and people were healed. James 5:16 declares the prayers of the righteous person is powerful and effective. Do you know anyone ill? Perhaps you need to pray the prayer of healing over them. Deliverance. Everywhere Jesus went, he was exposing the demoniac powers lurking in the shadows. Because of his presence, demons were cast out and driven away. The same was true of the apostles in the book of Acts. This is perhaps our most difficult sign to believe. We are living in a culture that does not even believe in God, let alone demons. There is simply no way to make sense of Christ's worldview without believing that our world is populated with an array of human and even non-human beings, with many attempting to bring havoc, chaos, and destruction on God's good intentions for humanity. Demonization is hiding in plain sight. What if we could be the means of deliverance? Prophecy. Jesus clearly had access to information that could not be understood through human means. Jesus stated in John 4:18, "The man you are living with is not your husband." John 9:3, Jesus stated, "Neither this man nor his parents sinned." The Apostle Paul in 1 Corinthians 12 through 14, Paul discusses signs, wonders, speaking in tongues, prophetic words all throughout these 3 chapters. For you and I, rarely do we see lightning or hear the thunder in the heavens. It is more likely to be a soft word, a phrase, an insight that lands in our inner man for a family member, a neighbor, a co-worker, or a church attendee. Justice. Our world is filled with vitriol between left and right, red and blue. Justice needs to become decoupled from the emotional pitch of our daily rhetoric. Justice is that which is good for mankind. This is not left or right. We must not allow biblical justice to become hijacked by our politics. Justice is central to the gospel of Jesus. The most dramatic illustration is Jesus overturning the merchant tables in the temple. The house of God had become a breeding ground for corruption and complicity with the empire rather than a place of overlap between heaven and earth. Ultimately, justice implies disadvantaging yourself for the advantage of others. If all of this seems impossible, focus on every person we meet as an opportunity for God. Every day is full of possible miracles. Every moment is full of potentiality. If only we would open our eyes and open our ears to see, to hear. Thank you so much for going with me here today on this learning opportunity of all things discipleship, sitting at the feet of Rabbi Jesus and becoming more like him. If you would be so kind, would you share this material on your platform, your social connections, and let others know about this learning opportunity. Until we can meet again, we bid you Godspeed. Bye for now.